Hey guys, let's talk about Jason Edward Thornton Townsend. Jason was born on October 15th, 1976, and he's been missing since May 20th, 1980, from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. At the time of his disappearance, he was 3 years old, 3 feet tall, and 50 pounds. He's a black male with black hair and brown eyes. His hair was styled in a short afro at the time of his disappearance. Jason's mother, Augusta Townsend Walker, left Jason and his siblings in the care of her boyfriend, Roscoe Pierce, while she worked on May 20th, 1980, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Jason was last seen with Pierce in Lauderhill, Florida, later during the day. When his mother returned to the family's apartment that night, Jason was gone. Pierce said he'd wandered off while they were at a nearby convenience store. Walker believed his story and called the police that evening to report Jason missing. By the next day, however, Walker had become suspicious, particularly after Pierce removed a sheet of blue plastic and 2 duffel bags from the apartment. She tried to stop him leaving, but he left anyway. After Walker alerted law enforcement regarding her son's disappearance, investigators learned that Pierce was a fugitive from Syracuse, New York. He had been charged with SAing a young girl and fled from the state sometime earlier. While in Florida, he'd been using the alias name Emerson Blatch, and Walker knew him by that name. Florida authorities located Pierce on May 22nd, 2 days after Jason initially vanished. When investigators attempted to question Pierce about the child's case, he reached for an officer's weapon and was shot by law enforcement. Pierce refused to divulge Jason's location before he died later in the day. Walker theorized that Pierce didn't harm her son, but that he'd left him alone at home, and then someone else came, burglarized the house, and took Jason, and Pierce made up the story about him wandering away to cover up the fact that he left the child alone. She said the night of Jason's disappearance, when she came home, the house was, quote, ransacked, unquote, and money and some of her new clothes were missing. Jason's case remains open. Foul play is suspected due to the circumstances surrounding his disappearance. If you have any information, please call the Broward County Sheriff's Office at 954-480-4300.